just only who you could deal with at the time. Go ahead and mute yourself, everybody, if you can. This should be in your bottom top right corner. There we go. We got everybody. Thank you. So it was about schmoozing with people, and it was very local oriented. And we are in the world where we can be global, and we are with EXP, which even means we could be even more global. So what I like to do, and you can use this in any form of lead gen that you like. These principles work. Okay, this is how I built my business. We're going to work on the word called focus, which is, do you guys know the word focus, what it stands for? The acronym? No, good, yay. Okay, so it stands for follow one course until successful. Okay, so what happened with me is I started off in 8.5 years ago, and I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was working real estate, and I was working a 9 to 5. So I did real estate in the morning, at lunch, at dinner, and then in the evening and the weekends. My first 9 months, I did 9 deals while working the other full-time job, and they were based on open houses, door knocking, and social media. So this was something I learned very early on, is to track your source and to track your business. So all of this goes with that in mind, but tracking your source, meaning just where did it come from? You've got a lead on the table right now. Where did it come from? Because what you want to do is look back at the back of the year, the end of the year, and go, okay, I had 10 deals. 4 of those came from door knocking, 2 came from open houses, and then that's 6. So then 2 came from this and 1 came from this. So if the 4, you go with the 4 was the open houses, then something in your brain tells you that you like open houses and that that's working for you. So that may be where you want to lean in. So after my first year, it was door knocking, open houses, and social media. And my open houses was not getting a lot of, I think I had 1 deal out of the 9 out of open houses. The rest were, I think there were 3 door knocking, and then the rest were social media. So as much as I love door knocking, and I love it, we can have a door knocking class one day if you want, but I absolutely positively love door knocking. Who I am as a person, what I do innately, naturally, is better on social media. So after that year, I leaned into social media, and I didn't drop door knocking because it was still working a little bit, but it shifted, and I did 26 deals that next full year as a full-time only. It quit my other full-time job, and I leaned into the social media, and then it was like 80-20. Like all of my stuff was going from social media. So, and when I say social media, just so you hear this, and this is why it's not your mom's lead gen. It's not paid. It's just organic networking, connecting with people, building relationships, being present in community groups, being present in neighborhood groups, being present in groups with your people, and relating with them as a human, not as a realtor. Okay. So nothing paid, all relational humanness. All right. So that's one thing I would like for you to look at. If you don't know what your niche is in terms of marketing, in terms of lead gen, think about yourself and just think about like your 10-year-old self, your 8-year-old self, your 15-year-old self, even your 20-year-old self. And think about who you were as a person then. What were you really good at? Okay. I have always been really good at relating to people. I can remember being the little girl when I was 8 years old, going door to door, selling the candy and the gift wrap, and wanting to win the radio. And if I got the points, I won the radio. Then it was so funny. I need some of that chutzpah now, because what I did then is I'd walk up to the door with my calendar, with my little catalog, and I'd say, "What are you buying? Because I want this radio." It wasn't, would you like to buy something? No, what are you buying? It was very presumptive. Like, you're buying this because I want this radio. And I did win the radio. I also would connect with those people, even at that age. We talk about their dog. We talk about their tree. We talk about their shoes. We talk about the neighborhood. We talk about my school. Okay. Same exact skills that I did then, or what I use in door knocking, or what you can use in door knocking, in FISBOs, in cold calls, in Facebook, in all the things. Okay. So look at your life, write down the things that you're good at. What are you innately good at? You don't have to try. You don't have to go into training. Just what are you good at? And then let's figure out, how do we lean into that to make that your lead gen opportunity? Okay. Questions on that so far? Okay. The next thing we're going to do, and we're going to get to actual lead gen, but I really want you to take some minutes for some self-reflection and some things about you, because all of this relates to you. You are now a public figure that the world sees, even if you've never had a client. Now that you are a realtor, if you're going out in the world and presenting that you're a realtor, the world is looking you up. Okay. So that you are now a public figure. So make a list of things that you love to do. Things that you love to do. Me, I love to be outside. I love plants. I love animals. I love to be with my family. I like to travel. Okay. All this leads to lead gen. So you're like, what are you talking about, Robin? All right. One of my biggest lead gen sources is a place where I volunteer. They have birds. It's a bird volunteer. I don't know anything about birds, but it was a place I could go and be doing something outside that helps others. I like to help others. And I meet people. So when I meet people, what is there an opportunity for?
Conversations.
Conversations that lead to,
creating relationships,
which leads to,
trust.
which leads to, what do we want the most? I mean,
We want a
Deals.
you want the deal, right? Exactly. So that little volunteer place where I volunteer, I've done at least 10 transactions with people affiliated with that, because I go over there and I wash dirty duck laundry. And I take sick birds when they need help. Okay. That is something I leaned into, that I love, that costs me nothing. It gives back to the world, shows the world that I'm a human. I connect with people. Every conversation, every place you go can lead to real estate. Literally, most of the time, all you have to do is say, I'm a realtor. And what are they going to say?
How's the market?
Ooh, how's the market?
How's the market? They're always going to say. You really don't even have to say anything other than, oh yeah, I'm a realtor. There's your leads. Okay. That's not the point of the whole call. This is just little setup for the call. So looking at something that you love and go do those things. That should be part of your lead gen in my world. That is my lead gen in my world. So going back to the focus, follow one course until successful. I figured out that social media is the one where I do the best. This same word could be door knocking, could be cold calling, could be mailings, could be anything. Okay. The same thing with all of them is that you need to follow one course until successful. That means don't say, well, I sent out 4 mailings and I've gotten nothing. I knocked on 4 doors. I did not get a deal. I got yelled at. I posted in social media. It doesn't work. Okay. All of those are false statements. Unless you have done it consistently, intentionally, with all of the proper things in place, like a hook, a content, and a call to action. Yes, those happen in door knocking. Yes, those happen in mailings. Yes, those happen in cold calls. And yes, those happen in social media. A hook, content, call to action is in everything you do, everything you should be doing. So I utilize Facebook. You can do this on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever you want, all the things. And what I do is I go on there and I am a human in the world. The biggest mistake every single realtor makes right now in social media is paying the companies to put the little pretty things out that say, today's home market is blah, blah, blah. Do you like this kitchen or this kitchen? All that is spam. Okay. You might be getting a little bit from it and it might be okay. I will dare to say, if you would actually go in and you videotape a kitchen here and then go over here and videotape a kitchen here, and it's the actual you doing it, and you post that, you're going to get more engagement. It's going to be real. When you have heard a super successful biz doing the same ways as everyone else. Not sure what that means, Jeffrey, but I'd love to hear that again. He agreed with what I said. So don't do the same as everyone else, I think is what he's saying. Is that what you're saying, Jeffrey? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I think you're driving. I love you. He's driving and typing. You're my guy. Be safe. So, so when I talk about social media, you're like, all right, what do I do, Robin? I don't know what to do. All right, I'm going to tell you what to do right here. I teach this class. I sell it. I'm not selling it. Y'all get it for free today because Elizabeth asked me to be here. Okay. The 1, 2, 3. If you want to know how to do social media, this is how we built my entire business from 26 deals a year to selling a home every week since 2016 as a solo agent with a TC. Okay. I do about 25 million as a year. That's usually 60 plus transactions a year with me and a TC. So it has worked for me. I could leverage it to be more, but I don't. I stay at the I like saying I sell a home every week. I don't need to go more than that. I'm good with that. Okay. So the 1, 2, 3. This is the secret sauce, guys. I could sell this for thousands. So talk with me well when you talk, okay? And you've got to do this every single day for at least 22 days. Because how many days does it take to form a habit? 21. 21 days. 21 days form a habit. So we're going to do this at least 22 days. And if you guys do this for 22 days and it doesn't work, I'll pay you money. If you do it and it doesn't work, I'll just pay you money. But if you do this, I promise it works. Okay. So the 1, 2, 3, every single day, post these 3 things. Something personal. Does not have to be your face. It could be your dog. It could be your cat. It could be the soup you ate. It could be anything. It could be that you're having a hard day. It could be anything that's about you as a human. You're excited about a TV show. You're excited about holidays coming. Whatever, human, something personal. Okay. Oh, let me give a segue to this. Every single thing I'm talking about is on your personal page. This is not on your business page. Business pages in my world are irrelevant. Only reason you're using business pages is to do Facebook ads, and I don't do those. So again, everything I do is organic, not paid. So number 1, something personal. Okay. Number 2, something inspirational, motivational, or funny. I start my day every single day I type in the words, I go to whatever search engine and I type in the words, inspirational quotes, positive ideas, motivational things, funny memes. And I scroll until one speaks to me that day. I save it and then I take it over and I post it. Now, sometimes I recreate it because I like just the same, but I don't like their colors or whatever. Sometimes I'll add my own picture and put the post with those words, but I get the idea from someone else. I'm not creating this on my own. Okay. So motivational, inspirational, or funny every single day. And then the last one is something real estate. Now let me hear you say these words. I will not post spam. Because when I say post about real estate, I do not mean post your open house or your new listing or market stats. Post about your life as a realtor. Post about the story of the client that you just got. Post about the story of the closing you just had. Post about the lawyer that you love, the lender that you love, the plumber that you love. Okay? Something about real estate. Post a picture of a house that you toured. Every single showing you do, snap a picture of something. You don't have to take a picture of the whole house. You could just if you see a pretty piece of artwork, snap it. You're not saying where that is. You're not ruining somebody's confidentiality. I went to this house today. It had this phenomenal piece. It had an actual Monet. They don't know where that house is. You're not like setting thieves up. Like just, it's okay to do like a picture, right? Or even a video. So something about real estate. All right, on all three of those things, on all three of the 1, 2, 3s, you're going to have a 1, 2, 3. Okay. And what are the 1, 2, 3s? We talked about them just a minute ago. Every single post you do and every single thing you do should have a what? A hook, some content, and a call to action. Okay. So if you're doing this on TikTok or Instagram, or on TikTok, like you're there, and I do have a great TikTok and a great YouTube and a great Instagram if y'all want to follow me. But the hook is what brings them in. Like yesterday, I did one that was like, oh my gosh, buyers agents, you've got to do better. That was my hook. If you're scrolling and you see that, you might stop, right? And then the content is the story. And then the call to action is, in the future, if you did that, would you please just call the listing agent and let them know? Or have you had a similar experience? Or what are your thoughts on this? I'd love to hear how you could have handled the situation better. Okay. So 3 times a day, every post has those 3 things. You guys, some of you are like, well, damn, that's a lot of work. Because that's my job. That is my job. This is my lead gen. Is it a lot of work? Yes. All right. Here's where the real work comes in. Every time anybody does anything, they like it or they comment or they ask a question, you respond. So like Takara just wrote storytelling. I love it. I would write back to that. Thank you, Takara, for mentioning that. I love storytelling too. It makes it really real. Do you have a good story about real estate? Okay. So it's time consuming. I could spend all day on one post if it's a good post responding to people. You don't have to respond right on there. She could tell a story, and then I could say, you know what, I'm going to call you because I really want to talk more about that. Okay? Because why? What's the point of me engaging with her?
You're furthering the relationship.
Building the relationship. Exactly. Do you respond in the comments or in messages? Yes, both. You want to respond in comments because it boosts your algorithm. If I comment on Brad, if Brad comments on my stuff and I respond back, well, then all of a sudden Christy's going to see it just because it's getting some waves out into the world. So then Christy comments. Well, then I comment back to Christy and I comment back to Brad because he's commented again. Well, then Lizette and Michelle see it. It just hits the waves. Okay. Now, if it gets to where you're having a lot of conversation or somebody's like, well, like yesterday I posted, there's a new builder here who's offering 4.25% interest rates because they have some kind of cool program that they're doing. And some man went on there. He kind of trolled me for a little bit. And then finally, after I just killed him with kindness, boom, boom, nice, 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 nice. He finally was like, do you want to tell me about that? And I was like, yeah, I'll message you. So now we have an appointment today to go to that builder because I messaged him and we followed up and we had a conversation. Okay. All right. So the 1, 2, 3, it's a lot of work. Don't, at least give them an hour between each one of them. In the beginning, when I'm doing the 22-day challenge, I set an alarm. I post 1 in the morning. The easiest thing to do is every time you eat, if you are taking care of yourself and eating at least 3 meals a day or some form of snack, which all of us should be having some form of sustenance at least 3 times a day, post then. Or if you can't, set an alarm. 8, noon, and 5. At 8 o'clock, you post. At noon, you look at your 8 o'clock post, you respond, and you post your noon. Okay. At 5, you're going to look back at your noon and respond. You're going to look back at your 8 and respond, and you're going to post your 5. And then you might, at 7 o'clock, check back on all of them and move on to the next day. Yes, Lizette.
Hi, so I have a question. Do you plan for your post? Like, do you have like a
I schedule them.
Like not a schedule. Then like, how do you know what is the content you're gonna be posting? Like, did you plan that ahead of time?
No,
how does that look like for you?
you totally can. I am very fluid. I'm very, my brain is very creative and very active, and it's very pow, 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 pow. But you can go into any of the AIs, ChatGPT or Jasper or any of the AIs, Canva, and say, create me a content calendar for 30 days. And it will do it. You can even go in there and say, and if y'all want a different class on that, I think actually one of my YouTube channels, yeah, I think I just one of my YouTube posts, we just did it live because I have a daily call 9:15 and 9:45, and we did it on there live. But you can use those AI tools to help you. So if you go in there and say, create a 30-day, or actually do 7-day, and then just repeat it. Do a 7-day content calendar. I want to hook hook content and call to action. Tell me hashtags. I want it in a positive tone. I want it to speak to people who might want to buy and sell their home. I'm a realtor. There is a thing called Prompt Genie. You could put it into prompt. You could put what I just said into Prompt Genie, and then Prompt Genie creates this paragraph that you then put into ChatGPT, and they speak the same language and they make it sound right. And it gives you what you want. Because with ChatGPT, before I did Prompt Genie, I would get kind of what I wanted, but with Prompt Genie, it actually spits it out the way I want it. Okay. But you can also, an easier way, if you don't want to do all that, if you're like, Robin, I'm not a tech girl, I can't do all that. Okay, good. Do this. Motivation Monday, Terrific Tuesday, Wow Wednesday, Thursdays are Throwback Thursdays, and Fridays are Fun Fridays. Saturdays are Silly Saturdays, and Sundays are something special. Make it up. Okay. And then your content for that day relates to that. You're gonna do your 1, 2, 3 about something special. One is my son's home from London. That's my personal. My motivational, inspirational, something special. I'm gonna do the scripture about God made you special. And then something about real estate. I might show the most special, what I think is the most unique or special home for sale in our area this month. And do not post the MLS or the address. Go find the pictures and make a personal write-up about it. Because if you post the MLS or the address, what are they going to do?
They are going to go and find the information for themselves.
Right. You want them to,
Okay.
you want
To-
them, yes. You want to
to
pique
go
their
to you.
interest and have them go, well, Robin, where was that house? I want to go look at it. Oh, well, yay. Let's go look at it. Great question, though. So you can do a content calendar. It just depends on how your brain works. Is that helpful? Okay. The biggest thing I will say, don't make it perfect, make it happen. Okay. Stop with making perfect. Just make it happen. My crappy video outperforms your non-existent one every single day. Every single day. So just put it out there. It does not need to be perfect. All right, let's see where we are. Oh, good, we have time. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3s, you're gonna do all those contacts. You're gonna comment on. So the 1, 2, 3s, you've done the 8, the noon, the 5. You've followed up on each of them. If somebody's commented, you've responded. If it becomes a conversation, you take it off to Messenger or you take it to offline. That's what you're doing on the daily with your personal page. Now, here's where you take that same content and utilize it, in different areas. So remember earlier I said, what is something you love to do? I like to go outside. I like to be with birds. I like to be with my family. I like to travel. Okay. I can go to the community group that's in my neighborhood and post the motivational, inspirational, or funny thing. Or I can post the personal thing. Oh my gosh, guys, have you been outside today? When I went out to let the duck out, his water was frozen. It is not ever this cold in November. That post is a real post in a real group from a real person that will get real engagement. Why do you want that?
Connection.
and you want eyes on you. If on
Mhm.
social media you can get eyes on you, you can get business. So if you make it a regular commitment to be active in area groups, not active with your real estate spam, but active. Yes, Nicole, it humanizes you, but be active as a human. When I started my business, there was a group here called Ballantine Connection. It's just a group that's local, Ballantines an area. At the time, it had about 10,000 people. Now it's got like 30,000 people. And it was a very active group. An active group means people post things and people respond. So go find the group in your area. Yes, I am on Facebook. Yeah, that's my main one is Facebook. Go find groups in your area where people post questions about who's the best doctor, what's the best school, what's the restaurant, who knows about the Easter egg hunts or the haunted trail, the one that has activity. Will y'all let Louise out, please? Ryan, sorry. Hey, Griff. Sorry, my dog wants out. Will y'all let Louise out? She's gonna pee on the floor. We don't want that. So, yeah, go, Audrey. Oh wait, I'll mute you.
Okay. I've been doing that on Nextdoor app, and
Yes.
because I know a lot of contractors and stuff, I will put the contractor on there and say, yes, I'm a realtor and I've been using this guy for years. He's very good, does a great job. You know,
Love it.
we'll fix it, or if you want to upgrade, they'll do that. But they give you options. And I've heard from my plumbers and different contractors that, yeah, I got a call on Nextdoor app, and I go, yep, that was
Yes.
me. So they, you know, I don't even necessarily tell them, but I keep those really good contractors. And I just was doing that yesterday, going through the Nextdoor app.
Love
So
it.
I
Yes.
will say, and I get comments back saying thank you and stuff like that. So
Yes, Nextdoor
yeah.
is amazing. And then yes, so Nextdoor community groups, any of
Mhm.
those things where you can be a voice of like be the mayor, that's what you
Right.
want to do.
Because you're
So
one of them in that neighborhood. So that's why they trust you. That's why Nextdoor app's good. So,
yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, Nextdoor is a great resource. So go into the community groups and be present. Now, here's the deal about the community groups, and you can do this as well on Nextdoor. You go in there for let's say 8 days. And you just comment on people's stuff. Okay. Someone asked, I did this in the beginning. I moved here, I knew nothing. Someone would ask, what's the best Italian restaurant? I would get on Yelp and I'd be like, oh, well, Mamma Mia says, everybody says it's got good reviews. So I would go to Valentine Connection. Well, Mamma Mia says everybody loves it. I didn't say I'd been there. I didn't say I liked it. I didn't say it was good. I said everybody loves it, right? Because I want to be known as the expert in the community. Somebody wants a dentist, I tell them who my dentist is. Somebody wants this, I answer the question. Somebody wants this, I tag the business. Okay. Then you go into Nextdoor, you go into your Facebook group, you go into Instagram, your TikTok, any of the places, and you say this question. Hey guys, I have a closing coming up and I'd like to give the seller a present. They're moving away and I want it to have local stuff. Please tag the local business where you think I should go buy things. Okay. I just told everyone I'm a realtor. I just jumped over the rules about you can't post businesses on Friday because I didn't post as a business, did I? But I told everyone I'm a realtor. You do that on occasion. Every like yeah, I know you've heard the give, and then ask. You've heard that saying about give, contribute, like give value, give value, give value, give value, and then ask. Like you got to give some value. That's all this is. Give some value and then ask. Yes, jab, 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 right hook. That's right. So if you do that enough, this is what will start happening. And this is what happened to me. Someone goes on there and says, hey, we're going to put our house up. Who knows a realtor? Oh, Robin Mann. She's on here all the time. She's a realtor. Do you know how many people refer me that I've never done any kind of business with? All over the place. because I'm a person in their community that they value, that they see as a resource, that they love. I met a woman at TJ Maxx the other year when it was COVID time. We all had masks on, and I do Facebook Lives, and I put them in Valentine Connection. She comes up, she goes, "I love your show." And I was like, "What?" I thought she thought I was someone else. She's like, "No, your show. Like, I love your show. The one where you got attacked by the cat. Oh my gosh, that was my favorite episode." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what is she talking about?" But I did. I had a Facebook Live where a cat attacked me, and she watches me. And I have no idea who she is. She's like, "You're my favorite realtor." I'm like, "Well, thank you. That's great." I don't know who you are, but go be out there. Okay. What kind of cadence do you have for these community group posts? Same exact, just be authentic. Like I do it organically. Like I might post in Valentine. I kind of do it cyclically. So for Valentine Connection, I might do it every 7th comment I make in there. I might do something about real estate. Or even when you're commenting to someone else asks about a great store, and you say, "Oh, I love embellish when I do client gifts for closings, blah, 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 blah." Okay. Again, you've just told them you're a realtor without vomiting on them. Authenticity is the key, kind of more catered to the audience than what I think you're saying. Yes. That happened to me once at a livestock sale. They are like, "You're the chicken lady, and I follow you." And I'm like, "Huh?" That's awesome. I'm a chicken lady too. I love that, Jessica. Okay. So last little part about this we'll talk about is Facebook groups. If you do not have a group and it not be a real estate group, I have not found success with real estate groups on Facebook. What I have found success with is groups that are people that are my people. So go find the groups that are your people. Who is your avatar? Who do you want as your client? Go infiltrate that area. Go find them and then go be with them. If you want luxury, go find the luxury people. What groups are they in? Join the groups. Get to know them. You don't have to have paid the $15,000 membership to the club. You just have to figure out how to get into the Facebook group or to get into the next door group. Okay? Make the friends, friend the people, build the relationship. I have a moms group, Moms Helping Moms. I started it 8.5 years ago. We have about 18,000 people now. 85% of my business comes from that group. It is not about real estate. We talk breastfeeding, we talk diapers, we talk teething, we talk sleep schedules, we talk neighborhoods. Oh. People come looking for that group to get mom's stuff. And what do moms love to do? They love to get advice from other moms, and they ask about the schools. They ask about the neighborhoods. And when they do, ta-da, I'm there. That's my group. There are amazing dad groups. There are parenting groups. There are grandma groups. I have a plant group that I get business from because I like plants. But it's not because I'm in there, I'm a realtor. It's not in there showing my open house or my listing. It's because I go in there and I talk about, "Hey, have you guys covered your stuff? Because it's going to frost tonight." Okay. If you start a group, here's a footnote on that. If you start a group, let's say that you really love, somebody throws something at me. You really love golf. There's no golf groups. Okay. Start a golf group. Go to Facebook, start a golf group. Invite people from all over the world that you know that will support you in this endeavor. They do not have to be golfers right now. You just need people on the group. And then you're going to use the magic of hashtags. And you're going to invite people. And you're going to go to the local golf clubs and say, "Hey, I got this Facebook group up. Can I run a special on there for your golf club? Can we do a 4th man free for the foursome or whatever?" And I'll post it in my group. I don't know, I'm making that up. That may be a bad idea. Can we give a 20% discount to your shop. If they say they're from my group, support local with it. Put your little sign out there. People will go. I literally grew from 0 to 18,000, 20,000. I forget where we're at. We're up there. We made the news during COVID or during the formula shortage, because they were on there helping each other. Hey, I got formula at Walmart. Here's this at Target. CVS has this. And we made the news because we were helping moms. So what is your thing that you like? If you're a runner, go there. If you're a whatever you love. You like braiding hair? You like beaches? You like road trips? What do you like? Make a group, find your people, connect with the people, build the relationships. And you're going to do that. You're going to focus. You're going to follow one course until successful. Lean into it. So don't say, I tried this. I tried the Facebook, Robin. It doesn't work. All right. I don't believe you. All right. Questions, thoughts, ahas. You wasted a solid
Robin.
42 minutes. Yes. What's up?
Robin, I have a question. So I have a few people on my team that have other jobs or are coming from other careers. One's from music production, another one from media, and they have basically told me that they don't want to post anything about real estate on their, don't want verbal diarrhea of by selling real estate either. So when you say just continue relationships that have already been established, can you hear me?
I lost part of you. I heard you have friends of the music stuff and they don't want to have diarrhea about real estate on their personal page, I think is what you said.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And then what's the question?
And then someone else is in media and they have like 10,000 people that are highly engaged. So would you say for them, just continue to focus on those hobbies or interests and build the relationships with them? And then if the conversation organically develops into real estate, that's when they talk about it, because they don't seem to want to marry real estate, which is cool with me. I don't care if they have that many people that are engaged.
Yeah. So, okay. So I would do what we talked about earlier, the jab, right hook. I would tell them, say, look,
Right.
don't go vomit, but you know what? There's no reason if you're an influencer that you couldn't videotape a house you're showing, or that you're listing, or your view of the listing that you're showing, and put your music behind it, or put your musical skills behind it, or your media skills behind it. Like, they could be able to marry the two, not every time, but I think they ought to. I don't tell them do not be a secret realtor, because they're wasting their resource. Like,
right.
Even if they just every, seventh, third, fifth time they say they post something that says, oh yeah, I'm a realtor, because they're sleeping on an opportunity. They don't have to vomit it. They just need to not be secret.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
If they want success in that. If they don't, then fine, be secret. But like, I understand, like I have a lady who, in my organization, her clientele that she has from her Instagram is definitely not the clientele she wants. Like, it was a different part of her life. And she has lots of people, but she's not going to use them because they're not going to be her demographic. I guess the answer to that, Jeffrey, in my brain would be, are they their avatar? Are they who they want to attract? And if they are, then do it authentically. Do it when it makes sense to them, where it doesn't feel yucky. And yes, please do it, because they're missing out.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is Shannon Peterson. I'm a quilter, and I'm in several quilting groups on Facebook, and I'm trying to wrap my head around how I would apply your method to posting within those groups.
Okay. This is what I would do. I would show my quilt, and I would say, hey, I would video it. Video is powerful. You guys you don't even have to show your sweet face, Shannon, if you don't want to. On the video, hold your quilt up, and then just write text on screen, or write the post above it and says, I'm giving this as a closing gift to my seller. Should I include my logo on it, or is it more authentic and better to just give it as a gift? You just told everybody you're a realtor, right?
That totally makes sense.
Yes. Love it. And then, you know, also, I mean, there's so much you can do with that, Shannon. Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing a fundraiser for a baby blanket drive for the NICU. My real estate company is sponsoring it. Would you be willing to make blankets with it? Boom. You just told everybody you're a realtor. Is that helpful?
I have a question, Robin.
Yes. Yes.
So kind of the same thing Shannon was talking about. Before I got into real estate 20 years ago, I wrote a cookbook and it was published. And I'm trying to marry, I've been on the chat GPT. I've actually been working on trying to marry this a little bit, because my thing is I do a podcast and I coach realtors and I'm trying to reach the realtors. And I'm thinking like, how can I reach these realtors with that? And when I did the cookbook, it was basically like cooking and like preparing like ahead. And I don't know about you guys, but getting dinner on the table in real estate is very difficult. And I can't figure out how to put it out there just yet. Like I'm struggling with that part.
And what do you coach realtors on?
How to be successful.
All right.
Yeah.
You just sold it right there. You just said it.
Yeah, Christy. I recently read in a book a realtor talking about like his process, and then he walked us through an example, and he leveraged a cookbook as as part of his process, and it was just a very simple. It was the second touch point that he had with this person. So they met. He sent a follow-up handwritten card like, hey, it was so great to meet you. Look forward to connecting. And then the next week he mailed his wife's cookbook to them, because it was all about like the area or whatever. But that's what he did. And it was just a simple, hey, you know, in this instance, it was, hey, welcome to the area. You know, hope you enjoy some of these local recipes or something similar. But for you could say, you know, as an agent, like, hey, it was so great talking to you. I made this cookbook because I know I get strapped for time. Hope you find it useful, or something similar.
Well, that's the thing, is the cookbook is out of print. It was 20 years ago. But I'm trying to like, you know, use recipes, use like food and cooking to.
Could you resurrect your book?
Yeah. No.
So what I'm hearing, what I hear, Christy, is thank you, Nicole.
But I'd write another one.
What I hear is that you could do you did it, you said it. To do real estate, you have to do the exact same thing when you cook something.
Yeah.
You have to have the right ingredients.
Follow a recipe. Yeah.
You have to follow a recipe. So the exact same thing, they mirror each other. You have to tend to it. You have to make sure it doesn't burn. You have to make sure it's, after you've cooked it, you have to put it away. You have to follow up on it. Like all like the same steps for.
Start with that. You utilize that as.
Yeah, it's exact same thing. Like literally to the T. Cooking and real estate they're totally married.
Okay.
In that capacity. Like I totally see that.
All right.
Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Nicole.
All right. Any other thoughts, questions, ideas, ahas about our time together? I have one more thing to say, but I want to make sure I don't cut anybody off.
I just wanted to ask you real quick, how many times again do you post? 3 times per day?
Every day, 3 times a day. Okay. In the same platforms, right? You just use the same post and share it in the other platforms, and then how did you do? And then you post on groups? So follow one course until successful, meaning that's a great question, Lizette. So my avatar, my people that I want to reach are the boomers. The boomers are on, not the boomers, the Gen Xers, but the boomers too. Boomers and Gen Xers are on Facebook. Okay. Gen Z, what are you, Griffin? What are they? They're babies. They're on Twitter. They're on TikTok. Now, a growing demographic on TikTok is the Gen Xer. Instagram, I think, is Gen Z right now. I haven't looked at it recently, but find out who is your demographic and where are they. If none of your people are on any of that, then don't do this. Go to the club and do it at the club, or go to next door and do it at next door. Find where your people are and then go post there. Yes, you can cross post, but it's more important to pick one and go in and go all in and dedicate it to that. And then after you got that rolling and you feel good, your groups are rolling, they're going. Because when you create a group, you got to feed a group. It's like a little baby puppy. You got to feed it and let it pee and feed it and play with it and let it sleep and feed it and clean it up. Like same exact thing with the group. You can't, well, I created this golf group. Nobody's done anything. Okay, well, have you fed it? Have you asked questions? Have you personally messaged someone and say, hey, Jeffrey, will you post in that group? Tell me a great golf thing this weekend. Julia, would you make sure you tell us something about the weather this weekend? So that, like, feed it. Ask the people in your group, ask your friends to go in there and feed it, right? It's a team effort. People want to know how to help you, your friends and family. Say, go feed my group. Just pretend you're a golfer that lives here. Just pretend, just help me for a little bit. Because once you feed it and it starts growing, then it'll grow and people will, then it organically happens. Now, can you post at other places? Yes. Would I worry about that? No. Pick one. Follow one course. It doesn't say follow 3 courses. It doesn't say follow one course and cross post 3 times, does it? It says follow one course until successful. When you conquer that one, you nailed it. All right. Then you're going to do that from now till March. In March, you're going to start doing it. You're going to start adding that same stuff to Instagram. You're going to do that through October. You're going to conquer those. Okay. Then you're going to add in TikTok. And then you're going to look at it and go, well, dang, I got nothing off of Facebook. I'm going to use just these 2. So that's the point. Go all in on one, then diversify. Does that help?
When you're diversifying and you're doing TikTok, or not TikTok, you're doing Instagram and Facebook, are you double posting, or are you posting on both, like true new content?
So they have different great. Jill, I'll get yours. Oh, good, Jessica. Christy, so they have different algorithms. They want you to do different things. If you're doing Facebook, that's one thing. If you're doing Instagram, it's another. You can cross post. The big thing with Instagram is they want reels and they want stories and they want posts. So that's a whole different algorithm and concept of things to do. Facebook, they do want some stories. They do want some reels. They're still heavy into the groups. Groups are their bread and butter, their money. That's where things are happening. They are paying. Like I got $2.27 off of my Facebook reels. Woo. So they are paying creators. I'm a creator. They are paying, if you're doing it there. But again, pick one. Stop worrying about all of them. Stop thinking, oh, well, I'm going to miss the boat on that. Well, you're missing the boat on this because you're not doing this. Like you can't chase 5 rabbits at the same time, right? You pick one. Catch that one. And then
Can I add something there?
Please.
I use Instagram is my main focus right now. And I mean, they recently changed all the meta platform and all of that, but basically just like Robin said, just focus on one. And what you can do is like connect both, like Facebook and Instagram, and it automatically just post on Facebook. And then then you just, when you master one, then just move to the next one, but at least you have some presence in the other platforms.
Yeah, you can do that, and I don't like doing that. I personally don't like it, just because I feel like they have different flavors, but you can do that. Like I don't connect mine intentionally. I connect my stories, but I don't connect my reels and I don't connect my posts. I just feel like they have different flavors that need different stuff, but that's just me. Robin, do you have a professional page as well? And how do you manage it differently? I do have a professional page. I post on there once or twice a week about local stuff or about a market something or about a listing that I have, because when I meet Mark at Harris Teeter, the grocery store, he's going to look me up on my professional page. So I have it. I don't focus on it. I just put some information on there. so that it shows that I am a producer? It's a great question.
I just want to say thank you, Robin, for the nugget of the local business, because when I do give closing gifts, I do like to support local business and not get cookie cutter stuff. So that'll help me be more authentic, because my clients know that I don't give cookie cutter gifts.
Love it. That's awesome. And then when you go, I mean, like the bonus in that is when you go buy that, take a picture. Everybody has a problem with being on video or their face or their voice or whatever. If you have a business card, video your business card in front of the store sign. Okay. And then tag the store. If you tag the store, not a hashtag, the @ sign, the store, it goes onto their social media feed. And then their people see, oh, Julia just tagged our store. That was so nice. And then the store comments, and then you comment, and then your name is being bumped up all the time.
I just wish I would have heard this yesterday, because I just went to 2 boutiques yesterday. But next time.
Just
Hey,
bring
Robin, I
that
gotta-
by. Well, if you still have the bag, just put your card in front of the bag, or you still have the receipt. Don't just mark out the price. But yeah, utilize everywhere you guys, every single place you go, everywhere, even if it's sitting at your house today, take a picture of it. That is content. Do a little quick video of it. That is content. And it doesn't have to be obnoxious and be rude, but like just boom. Like Keith, is that a real background behind you, Keith?
Yeah, it's my living room.
Dude, videotape that ceiling. Boom, there's content. I'd look at that ceiling. I love that ceiling, it's content. So don't belittle anything you have. Your hat is content. Your glasses are content. Everything you have. Julia, you've got your little cap on. Boom. I didn't feel like getting my hair done today because I'm having an at-home day doing paperwork as a realtor. Boom. You just told everybody you're a realtor. That's your personal post for the day.
I got a question for you, Robin. Can I hop in
Yes.
real quick and ask?
Yeah.
So we're doing so the week after Veterans Day, we're kind of doing a "We Love You All Year Long" veterans, "We Love You All Year Long" thing. So it's the week after. We don't want to get drowned out with noise.
Love it.
So we're basically from 8:30 to 11 at our local Starbucks. We're pretty much taking Starbucks over. I've been working with the general manager. She's so on board with it. And we're getting gift baskets from 3 or 4 different builders, title company. Just kidding, I didn't say that. And a few other things. And so I'm going to be promoting this on local Facebook channels and so forth. And I'm really kind of like wanting to make sure that I'm not like, hey, I'm a realtor, come to my thing. Instead, I want it to be like, we love veterans, and you'd mentioned moments ago, hey, hold your quilt up and say, hey, I'm doing a closing gift. And so, you've inferred you're a realtor without directly saying you're a realtor.
Yes.
What would you say is advice to promote an event like that without being super overt, but also very, calculating, that I'm in real estate?
So do you have a logo?
Yeah,
That's you. And then what's your company name?
it's very original and super complicated. It's the Keith Dublé team.
The Keith Dublé team. Oh my gosh, you make me like, do you want Barfay? Like, do you know that Michelle knows.
No, Joe Dirte, don't church it up, son.
No, Barfay is from it's the spelling bee one, isn't it, Michelle? It's so anyways, so I was thinking Dublé, Barfay. You'll have to look it up. But anywho, so what I would do is everything is sponsored by Keith Dublé Realty. Like it's just a footnote on all your advertising. I would definitely have a QR code call to action to win a basket to capture information. Are you planning that already?
Yep, we already got the QR code in place.
All right, perfect. So yeah, I mean, I would just be like, I think there's nothing wrong with just saying it's sponsored by Keith Dublé Realty. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. You could talk about VA loans. I mean, there's ways you can tie it to being a realtor, but I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, you're not going to be like, hey, I'm Keith, I'm a realtor. You're going to be like, oh, we're here for Veterans Day to celebrate. We celebrate veterans all year long. I love doing VA programs. That's one of my favorite lending programs with my clients. And I'm here to celebrate them all year long. I'm Keith Dublé Realty. I don't think there's anything unauthentic about that.
No, that's great. Thank you. And that actually maybe gives me a couple of ideas. Like maybe I'll have some additional QR codes there, like scan this if you're interested in, VA programs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, like definitely. Or even if you know what I would even say, like, okay, here's a more authentic, or even a more authentic piece you can add to it is I'd love to send you things throughout the year, like on 4th of July, on Memorial Day. Like, if you're okay with me having your address, I'd love to, send you things, because I really do want to send you love on year. I'm going to send you a Veterans Day Valentine's card. Like, just say, if you want to be loved on all year, please give me your information.
Man, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Well, this was fun. We're over time, I think, but thank you. Oh, we're right on time. Yay. Thanks. I was so glad like y'all stayed. I was like, wow, they didn't all just leave. That's great. I love it. Hey, I do. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Real Estate MF. Real Estate MF, which stands for Monday through Friday, you dirty minded people. But and I also have a call every day, 9:15 to 9:45. It's a Zoom link, but it's also on Instagram and on TikTok live from 9:15 to 9:45 Eastern. We talk real estate ideas every day, any brokerage, any people. 9:15 to 9:45 every Monday through Friday. And I am on the TikTok and the Instagram as Robin, or the Robin Mann. The Robin Mann. So thank you, Kay. And I cut you off. You're going to say, can I post the links or send them out for your page /calls? I can give it to Kay and she can put it wherever y'all put stuff. I'd love for you to follow me. It's the Robin Mann. Find me.
Yes, I will add links to our tribe where this is recorded, so you guys can come back and watch this. Thank you so much for coming. This has been amazing.
You're so welcome. It was really great.
Yeah, I feel like we could keep going off on questions with you, but have a happy Friday, everyone. And
yes.
Enjoy the weekend. We'll see y'all soon.
Yep. Thank me fives. I do high fives. Bye, high fives.